Good morning. I want to build a robot, but I've not done that in a really long time. Last time I did that was in university, and that was more than 3 years ago. And that was in a group. And I want to use ROS. I also used it a little bit in university, but it all went over my head and I forgot everything. I signed up for an event, a convention, all about ROS to force myself to learn faster. That event is in 1.5 months. My tiny brain is freaking out. That's why I need to make the first step so easy, it's hard not to do. My goal today is to download ROS onto this Raspberry Pi, and that's it. That's it. Subscribe to join me on this journey as I go from absolute beginner to my first robot built using ROS. That's it. Let's figure this out. I have not used ROS in a long time, and when I did it, and not in depth at all. So I'm absolute beginner. I don't know what I'm doing, but that's what this is about. It's figuring things out. Oh, Control C is to cancel. I forgot that. Before we get started, ROS stands for Robot Operating System. And what ROS is it connects processing and hardware together. That's why it's called a middleware, because it connects different type of hardware together without you needing to write your own code to make that work. We can get more into how ROS works later, but first let's just download this. All right, the first step is to download Linux Ubuntu onto the Raspberry Pi. We're going to use a tool from Raspberry Pi on their website called Raspberry Pi Imager. The funny part is, I couldn't even get the first step to go by smoothly because the micro SD card reader I had didn't work. So I had to buy another one to make it work. But after that was done, I was able to go through the steps. It's all there. It guides you pretty clearly. I want to download ROS Jazzy. So that uses Ubuntu Noble, which is 24.04. That's what I downloaded that's what I chose for the Raspberry Pi. Our next objective will be to remove that from the PC. Got my new PC reader, I believe. I just put it underneath here. Put it right here. Cool. This is a very cool looking thing. It's really amazing how 5 volts can power up a whole computer. Let me get some cables, but for power, I'll be using this. I bought a micro SD power supply. Power supply, I need to do that, still haven't done that. That's power. Power in. Oh, it does say right here. Hands out of the way. It says power in. So this is, let me get this monitor in. Yeah. But it fits. Nice. Cool. So now I have a source. I just need to plug this in. Okay. It is on. Oh! And we have something's happening. Something's happening. Oh, I think it's I have no idea what's happening. Oh, I saw Ubuntu. Nice. Long-term service. Cool. I take that. I take these. I'll get back to you after this is done. All right. So I have the ROS documentation right here for Jazzy, ROS Jazzy. And I have Ubuntu opened up. I logged in. It's okay. Now I'm ready to put in stuff. I honestly thought I'll have a user interface, so learning. I guess this is why people SSH in, which is I guess a remote access thing. So I've never used Ubuntu before, so I actually don't know what I'm doing. It's all command prompt, or I guess not command prompt, because that's a Windows thing. Save. I thought there would be like a UI for this. I don't know. Okay, let me just try it. Okay, I'm going to follow this. Go into installations. Install. We're just going to type word for word. So first is system setup. Let's see if just type that and figure this out. Okay, local. Wait, is this local? Is this a command? Maybe I just do sudo apt update locales. Oh, that was not right. I made a typo. Oh no, I made a typo. I wrote, do I continue? Waiting for cash lock. What does that mean? I had a feeling this would be pretty difficult. Not difficult, it would be things I don't know what's happening. Alright, hopefully nothing died. Okay, cool. maybe it's a good one. Floating. DPKG was interrupted. Why was it interrupted? I don't know what this means. DPKG has failed. Don't know what that means. DPKG. And we're gonna move on and see if this messes up everything. Or does it? Without giving me any feedback. So I don't know what's happening. Okay, something's broken. Fun! It's like I'm talking to a brick wall right now. Oh, Control C is to cancel. I forgot that. I don't know any of these commands mean. Just copy, paste, copy, paste. So I was struggling just to type in this line of code. Repository reference. Because a few things. I didn't have this in my keystroke or key letters. It's here. But for some reason, I said I live in Canada, so it switched to the French keyboard. I couldn't type this out, so I had to change my keyboard configuration. Another thing, this is not the Ubuntu I remember because this is Ubuntu server. I was working with Ubuntu desktop, but because I'm using a Raspberry Pi 3B to be exact, the only option they have is Raspberry Pi Ubuntu server. So now I have to use it like this, but I'll accept that, and I don't want to go spend $100 on the Raspberry Pi 4 or 5 to be able to just use the desktop version, because this will also force me to learn. So I knew this would be harder than I thought. But yeah, okay. We haven't even got to installing ROS. We haven't got to installing it. So let's get. I'm gonna finally run this. I think I just press enter. Let's see if this works. Why is it not working? Well, I'm gonna just restart the Raspberry Pi and see if I can type this whole line of code again. Ah. When you start from the very beginning. So I have that at work, and so it's not the same. The export doesn't work. I'm genuinely mind blown right now. This guy, random YouTube. But I'm genuinely mind blown because this guy just does the same thing I'm doing. The export goes to the next tab, and he's like, "Yep, that's it." So there is no feedback. And I'm like hurting my brain because there's no feedback. So it's not working. So I was on the right path. Okay, I'm gonna watch this whole video of him doing what I'm gonna do and show you. So I know I'm not insane. And then I'll continue. So let's do the process that I should have been able to do a long time ago. But I am now getting extremely tired. Overcomplicated this to the max. Okay, so now that's already set up. I know the local is set up. I can go to run these lines of code again, lines of commands again, but now I understand that it's okay if nothing happens because that's how it is. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, finally. And now the last code, our command, we enter, and it, oh my goodness, it errors out. Why did that happen? Did I type it in wrong? But then the camera cut when I wanted to end. It's like, 1 a.m. now. I didn't get it to work. I don't know why. Yeah. I'm just going to go try again tomorrow, I guess. Yeah. All right, good night. All right. So, good morning. I'm trying this again. I'm going to try the same lines of code, but this time a little bit different. I remember how I selected SSH to be downloaded onto this. Now I've actually remoted into this this PC, the Raspberry Pi, using my PC. So now I can copy and paste the words word for word, and I will know for sure if it's a mistype or not. Let's see if this works. So I just tested the first to see if the compiler or this UTF thing is working. And it worked. It showed that I had it updated, which is true. Nothing updates on the screen, by the way. So let's just copy and paste. So I believe this already. Oh, it just did that. Oh, so it's just a right click to paste. Copy. Right click. Oh. Cannot access. So this guide is busted. It doesn't work. So I'm in the same spot I was yesterday. It's the same thing. Okay. I'm gonna start this process from the very beginning and see what happens. So I'm gonna go back to Raspberry Pi Imager. And I'll catch you guys up when I get back to this stage where I'm SSH'd in, copying like on a fresh version. Okay, initial boot up sequence. We are back where we were. I reinstalled everything on this PC. I have basically a fresh Raspberry Pi now. Hopefully I can just follow these instructions. For example, I can just copy this and put it here. Does it work? Says it's done. I don't know for sure. Oh, I don't know if it's working. I don't know if it's anything. Okay. I've ran this before and nothing really happens. Whoa, it's received way more than before. Okay. I normally run the sudo dpk, whatever's the source thing, and it fails. And this time it didn't fail. Keep it going. I'm going to try installing DevTools. If this works, that means it's working. But when I pulled from the source, it normally says 4. It normally doesn't pull anything, but now it says 4,000. So, will it fail? Don't fail. So Ubuntu ports, okay. Oh, ROS 2 Ubuntu packages. This might be working. I don't know. Yeah, reading packages list. Nice. Dude, something's happening. Look at that. Stuff is happening. Oh my gosh. Do you want to continue? Yes, of course. Keep it going. The time is here. It finished this pseudo APT upgrade. Now I'm gonna run base ROS because this is, so let's copy that. Install ROS Jazzy ROS base to get that bare bones ROS reading packages. What? It can't locate ROS Jazzy ROS base. Are you serious? Oh, I was so close. What happened wrong? Alright, this is gonna be my final attempt. Let's see what happens. I've learned how to SSH into a Raspberry Pi. I was seeing what I have to do, going through so many installation things, different tutorials. Nothing's working. But what I did today morning was I updated the stuff, upgraded and updated, and restarted it, and then turned it off. So now it's completely been rebooted. So now, hopefully when I run these codes, it says jammy, but I should be using Noble. Oh, I chose this one. Oh my goodness. This is not gonna work because I should be using Noble. I messed up. Time to try again. I'm going to get the right version of Ubuntu onto this. After the update's done, I'll come back. But honestly, I don't think it's going to work. And I think I might be ordering a Raspberry Pi 5. I thought I can save like $30, $40, $100. No. But I'm going to make this work. Okay. Make ROS 2 installation happen at one point in my life. If it's not with this guy, it's with another guy. If it's not with this Raspberry Pi, it's with another Raspberry Pi. We're back. I'm gonna restart this. The downloading finished. Plug it back in. I guess it's a good thing that I restarted because it's doing a lot right now. Time to start. Just copying and pasting these. Damn it. See it not work again. Watch this. Watch it work because I'm thinking it's not gonna work. The repository. I grabbed 4,000 things. That means something's working. Okay. Things are happening. I don't believe I've seen that before. Upgrade. Yes. Possibly it didn't work before because I just initially booted the system. Everything's super fresh with a fresh, probably not ready to install ROS Ubuntu or OS. Everything's so fresh. I never really restarted the thing before in trying to install it. So maybe a simple refresh causing this to work. Moment of truth. Upgrade is always recommended to make sure the system's upgraded. I did that before I even started. And then I want base ROS, bare bones ROS. Building dependencies. Error, unable to locate ROS Jazzy ROS space. Wah, wah. Oh, I can't even locate anything. Can't locate anything. I don't know what to say. I think the first episode of Learn ROS with me is a failure. Thank you for watching. I just want to end this right now. I just want to end this video and move on to another device. Maybe a VM and ROS onto my computer. But no more with this Raspberry Pi. This maybe it's because it's a Raspberry Pi 3B plus whatever with 1 GB of RAM, and I think I saw minimum, not minimum wage, minimum specs. I should have said ROS too. Boom. 4 GB of RAM. The front door. I don't got that. I got one. A minimum 2 GB, and then 4 GB for stability. I don't got that. I don't got that right here. Maybe that's why it keeps on not working. I just impulsively bought this. I'm trying to make it work. So stay tuned. Actually, I got it right here. Before I continue to computing things, I want to play around with this. I got this. I want to see what I can do with the microcontroller before I move on to more heavier processors and processing. But this is a very capable thing itself, so I'm gonna have fun with this. I'm gonna try. But yeah, here I am. It just doesn't work. It doesn't like me. Like and subscribe. Get ready to join me on this journey, because I'm gonna try figuring this out. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right, good night.